Now is what we're going to do is what we like to call a quick ABI. We can also say quick ABI and TBI. And that's using the oscillometric capability of the system. As you can see, we've got all the cuffs hooked up on the patient. And I've got the red on the right arm, red, white on the left arm, yellow on the right leg, and white, yellow on the ankle currently. I'm going to use the PPGs for our pulse detector instead of a Doppler. This is really nice if you're doing a Legs for Life campaign, or if you're doing a large volume of patients very quickly, or you just want to do a quick screening. Works out really well. We just put the PPGs on the patient. Usually I have you externally rotate and just ask the patient to sit still. We can put that on the index finger or the thumb. It really doesn't matter. Remember, as mentioned earlier, we're always taking the pressure at the side of the cuff, not the side of the probe. So I could be with a Doppler on brachial, radial, ulnar, or with the PPG on the finger. We should all get this very similar pressures at all sites. Now I'm going to take my brachial pressure and I'm just going to hit next. That's going to have my PPG pop up for me. If I like my waveforms, I'm just going to hit next inflate, and it's going to inflate the cuff for me. Remember, it's essential that we go 20 millimeters above systole for proper pressure. Now we occluded, and now it's going to start deflating. If we wanted, we could take our target pressure down so it would have stopped earlier, but this makes it nice and easy for you to be able to see when that first pulse comes in on the patient. Remember, if you're seeing artifact in your baseline, to make sure that you cover up those PPG probes, because they are susceptible to ambient light. And we can see here on that right side is back, and now the left side is back. So we can hit freeze. System automatically marked the pulse on both sides. You can see that the DC PPG kicked in, so it really helped us out to be able to see that first pulse, although it wasn't hard in the first place on this patient. Nice and some symmetry on the pressures. So now we're going to go down to our toes. All we do here is place these on the toe. Now, if the patient did not have toes, remember, we can take that PPG off and put it anywhere we want, either with the clip or without the clip. I'm just going to put these down at the toe, and I'm going to get my PVR waveform first. PVR, remember, is inflating to 65 millimeters of mercury. We want to be a plus or minus 5 once it's stabilized. 65 millimeters, we know that the veins are shut down and we're getting pure arterial flow. Now we're seeing a little bit of a wandering there. I can move my baseline down just by simply grabbing it and moving it down to where I like it. And now I can hit freeze on it, and it gives us our RAR and our nice PVR waveform. Remember when I mentioned earlier about wrapping a piece of material or a blanket or anything of that nature, putting it under the heel? That's where that wandering came in a little bit from it, but we stabilized nice and easily. So we got a great PVR waveform here. Now we're going to go on and do our pressure. And now my PPG will kick in. And I may want to increase that scale a bit so I can see it a little bit easier. Toes are a little bit cold. It's okay. And now I just hit inflate. Now we're going to do both ankle pressures at this point. And there we go. And I've got both ankle pressures. I can see here where that DC PPG took off. And this one is right there at that pulse. And now we could do our toe pressures, which we already did earlier, so I'm not worried about that. That's a quick ABI.